me see if they can. Perfect. Hi everyone. I thank you for listening to the podcast and watching my video. Today I have Lisa Sweeney from Business in Heels, creating an unlimited future for women all over the world. And we got the opportunity to interview her and talk about her business and talk about what she's doing and why she's doing. And let's talk to her and you will be really happy to listen what she has got for us. Hi Lisa, how are you?
I'm great, thank you, Harshmeen. How are you?
I'm very good. It's just been a hectic day, but honestly, it's amazing to I'm able to talk to you because since we catch up and I saw the virtual coffee, it has been amazing things that you guys are doing, and I really wanted to introduce it to the audience and to see what things we can actually do to help them as well, and which they can actually come in and help themselves. So first of all, before we start, can I have an introduction of Lisa Sweeney, please?
Sure. So I had a very long corporate career buying clothing for people, and I worked across many different industry, parts of that industry with a company credit card. So I thought I had the perfect job for a woman, go off spending money on a credit card for putting amazing fashion products and things into store. But what that really gave me was a huge appreciation of what happens in different countries. I've traveled to a lot of different countries in the world, including countries like China, India, Bangladesh, Cambodia, and I've seen how a lot of different people live. And I guess that set me in mind back, maybe 20 years ago when I first was going into China, at just how unequal women were. And at that stage, when I was, in my 20s, I had no concept that women really weren't getting a fair go. And I was in China, actually, in a very outback factory, and we were making printed leggings. And so I was a bit responsible for perhaps one of the less attractive fashion trends. Anyway, we were in this factory and I was talking to a lot of the local people, and that was the first time I came across the one-child policy and why many Chinese people were choosing to give up girl children. And it really shocked me. I was really surprised. And I guess it started me on this journey of, are women really less equal? And of course, once I had come back to Australia, I realised, more often that we weren't so equal, and it made me very aware. So after having had quite a long corporate career, I decided to go out and set up a business that was focused on empowering women in business. And so today, Business in Heels largely focuses on, what can we do to help? What are some of the key things? And we've got 4 pillars that we focus on around mentoring, education, marketing, and community, of course. Yeah. And we connect over 160,000 people today. And so that's just a big part of it.
Wow, that's amazing. And what is your role in Business in Heels? What are you doing over there?
Chief cook and bottle washer. No. So I get to chat to lots of people, which is what I love doing. So I'm the CEO of the company, and I spend a lot of my time talking to women that are struggling either with businesses or with corporate careers, and helping them actually carve out ways that they can be more successful and give them ideas. So we do a lot in the mentoring sphere. And then I do some keynote public speaking, and I also run a number of workshops and things.
Oh, wow. And what are all locations Business in Heels are? Like right now, where are you?
So right now, we're very virtual because, let's face it, we're all, in lockdowns or very virtual, but we have locations right across Australia, so most of the capital cities and in some of the country towns. We have locations in UAE, and then we have virtual groups in places like New Zealand and into Singapore and into some of the Southeast Asian countries.
And what's your location?
So I'm actually sitting in sunny Geelong at the moment. And so that's the southern part of Australia. but as I said, we've got, my team's always been a little bit virtual and all over the place. So we've got people operating all the way through to Townsville. And we held a coffee connection the other day in Dubai. And so it was great to see some women being able to get out there. Of course, the one up in Townsville's been operating flat out. They've hardly had a lockdown at all. So every month they're having a new session and we all look on enviously. I think they're having a French picnic coming up in the next couple of weeks. So
In Dubai?
No, this is in Townsville. And
Townsville.
So we do,
Townsville is where?
The northern part of Australia. So right up
okay.
the top of Queensland.
Oh, wow. They are enjoying a lot, I mean.
Yeah, they are. They are. And so, you know, where we possibly can, we let people meet physically. But since COVID hit, we've been running virtual coffee dates, which I believe you've been to.
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah, they're fun. And so, you know, people have been to lots of Zoom things, but at the end of it, you want to connect with people and you want to have a good conversation. So we don't get people to do their elevator pitch. We let them go and have a conversation. And you might be talking about what the best piece of advice is that you've been given, or you might be talking about, if I came back as a chocolate bar, which one would it be and why? And suddenly you discover that people love chocolate eclairs or Aeros or whatever. But it's a really great insight into people. And I think you make better connections as a result of that. And it's not salesy, which is, you know, something we don't really like.
Yeah, why do we have to say if we build relationship, that I think it really helps us to grow each other.
Exactly. And at the end of it, you know, for women and small business, we need to stick together. We need to support one another. And there's plenty of work out there for everybody. And so if we just give each other a helping hand along, it makes a huge difference in whether we're successful or not.
That's true. And are you the CEO of all over the world, or is it just all over the world?
Yeah.
How are you managing the time differences and all of those things then?
Well, as I said earlier, you know, I've spent a lot of time traveling. And so as a result of that, I have a good understanding of time zones. And, you know, we deal with people, all the way through to the UK. And so that's as opposite as we can get. We were just trying to work around it. Everybody's pretty flexible.
Oh, that's very good of you. But honestly, this is a big job that you're doing. It's not easy.
No, but it's fun and it's rewarding because at the end of it, you can make a difference to people. And that's what we want to do. So we've got some very big goals. You know, we want to mentor 1 million women across the world, you know, and so we run things like mentor mornings regularly. It might be a good one for some of your community. It's an opportunity to come along, can be online, and you get to sit with a mentor for an hour and they can just share some of their experience with you relevant to something that perhaps you're struggling to overcome. You know, whether you're in a career or whether you're running a business, there's just always roadblocks. And so, you know, having another opinion, and quite often, you know, it's lonely doing it all yourself. And so
honestly, it is true. It's the biggest truth. Like when you are running a business, it's sometimes a lonely road, but if we are together in this, we can actually manage to grow each other.
Yeah. And yeah, quite often you just need that outside perspective to say, hey, did you think about that? Maybe you could try this. This worked for me. Or I saw someone with a similar situation and they did that. You know, and it's suddenly you go, oh, you know, where you thought you only had one path, you might have 5 or 6. So just opens up possibilities.
That's true. And let's talk about business in heels. What kind of things business of heels does? And I would like to discuss that in different parts so that, you know, my audience can understand what exactly we are talking about.
Sure. Well, let's start with the events first. So we've touched on a few of those. Every week we do a coffee connection. It's free. You can come along and meet some amazing people. That's the start of it. We run mentor mornings maybe once every couple of months, and we've got amazing women from all walks of life that come along to be the mentors. And it's around about $20, and you can come along and sit with someone and have them focused entirely on you and your problems. It's not an ongoing mentoring contract. It's just a really good chance to chat to somebody. If you discover that mentoring's for you, then we have group mentoring, and we've got quite a lot of business owners that come to that, and it helps them stay accountable. So you're in a group, Every month you talk about what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve. If there are particular hurdles, we talk through those. And then the next month you front up and tell us what you've achieved and what you haven't. And what we see is that people are moving so much further than they thought they could because they feel more accountable, and also they're getting ideas on how they can overcome those things. And so most of the people in the course in the group mentoring have put their prices up, and most of them are achieving far better returns than they ever thought they would, but only because they've had that encouragement to do it and have that go, because that was something that, you know, was holding them back. And then on top of that, we do a lot of one-on-one mentoring. We do that with, you know, and quite often we can help people become more profitable and streamline their businesses. We've helped a number of people get promotions that they were looking for by being able to present themselves, knowing who to meet and network with. So it really depends. We've got over 80 mentors on our books from all across Australia that support us with the mentor mornings and mentoring throughout. So that's a really great way for, you know, so events and mentoring. And then we run things like, as well as the physical events in location, we also run some summits online. And we have one coming up in October on the 15th, which is a business solution summit. So this is a day of workshops. So you can come along and do 3 out of a possible 14 workshops. And they cover everything from, you know, how to sell without being salesy, or how to blitz Instagram, or how to automate your marketing, all sorts of different topics. And you spend time in a workshop with an expert and you can ask them your questions. It's not pre-recorded. You know, you work as a team in there and you get answers to your questions. And so you come along to that day and you can push through all sorts of problems, meet other great people. We've got an expo there which has a lot of done for you solutions too, if you decide, oh, this marketing's too hard, I need somebody else to do it. And it's a great way for business owners to progress. So we do that usually every quarter. So that's coming up.
And we talked about mentoring, and it cost us $20. What is it? Australian dollars, New Zealand dollars, or US dollars?
It's Australian dollars. So
Australian $20.
Yeah, so it's what, 22 NZ, something like that.
Oh, sweet. But it's just that I want to make sure people know, otherwise they will be like, I'm sorry, we're confused how much we have to pay. And the workshop that is coming on 15th of October, is it going to be online as well? Or
Yes.
it's just, okay. So how much does it cost for that?
So at the moment, early bird tickets are on. So it's either $79 if you're a member, or it's $99 if you're not. And that's in Australian, and it's only $29 Australian to join. So, you know, and thereafter you get 20% off all your tickets. So if you're keen to join, you'll find that that's a really great day. And so we do that, and then we do leadership summits in industry sectors where women are really disadvantaged, like finance and insurance, where at the moment the gender pay gap's like 23%. So the national average in Australia, and I believe in New Zealand, so sitting around 13. So any industry that's at 23 is pretty bad. Yeah, and you would think in finance that women would be, would actually be arguing back a bit more, but clearly they're not able to. So yeah, women in finance are sitting at 23% pay gap.
So we have covered the events. So all these events are available on the businessinheels.com.
Yeah.
Perfect. And what next do we do?
Let's talk about education, because this is something that a lot of women don't like networking. A lot of people find networking a little scary and a bit fearful. And so we've got a free course out there for how to network with confidence. And it's a great way to get yourself set up. If anybody's reluctant to come to the coffee connections because they don't like networking, it's a good place to start. And we've also got another free course there on how to get started with video marketing. So as I'm sure you know, for many business owners, video is really hot and it makes all the difference. But many people hate seeing themselves on videos and they hate the idea of starting. So this is another really good one to get you off and running. And we have other free courses, which once you're a member, you can access all of those. And then we've also got like a business accelerator program. Lots of people want the blueprint to running a business.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that, you know, you start the business. If you're building a house, right, you'd have the plan, you know, exactly what goes where and how it's going to build. It's not the same for a business. And most people start and there's a bit of like, I hope it's going to be great. You know, I believe it's going to be great. But wouldn't it be nice if you could actually make sure that you've got all the key things in place? And I think COVID more than ever before has highlighted the need to systemize and digitize people's businesses, because it's the only way you're going to future-proof. Because you could have an audience anywhere in the world today, just like we do. Nothing's stopping you. The barriers are down, but is everyone taking the opportunity? Or are you still thinking, because I'm based in New Zealand, my business is only going to be as big as where I can get to? And it doesn't have to be that. There's all sorts of different ways you can do it. So this particular course has got 12 modules. It's done online, or we do a boot camp version, but the boot camp version is still delivered online. So it's, you do the work, you actually work through the learning, you work it out for your business, and then you apply it. So there's 3 stages. You know, you learn, develop it for your business, and then you implement it. And you do that all the way along for 12 different modules. And it's really robust. We had a bank go through it, and they were willing to give unsecured lending against the cash flow section. You'll learn lots of things about your business that maybe you didn't have set up. And it will help you become much more productive and efficient and profitable.
Oh, so, wow. And how much does this program cost?
So that one's $2.99 for just the online on-demand version, or it's $6.99 if you want to do that in person. And then every week we do like a debrief of the lesson that you've done, so that you can talk about it and apply it.
So in person, it is possible virtually as well, right?
Sorry?
In person means it is available virtually too.
Yeah.
Virtual? Yeah.
Yeah. So we do like a workshop though. So the boot camp, we do a workshop to debrief. So either way on the course, you've got access to us at all the time. So you can put a question out there and we'll come back and answer the question of what you're thinking about, making sure that you got it right. But some people find that they really want to explore things, particularly about my uniqueness. Some people really struggle with that. And we end up maybe having a really great debate. And we did one session with a lady who was a travel agent. She's like, yes, but I can send people anywhere. I'm nothing special about me. And so we finally dug through with her back at the beginning of COVID and discovered that she had a niche around golfing holidays, and New Zealand holidays was the next one, and then cruises. And so by probably last June, July, when people were just starting to travel again, she was actually doing business, sending people off on golfing holidays. You know, the rest of the travel industry was busy refunding money still, and she's actually getting forward business. So sometimes it's just about thinking about what you can really move your business into. So it's a really good course. It's a business accelerator. So it's about improving your business. It's not about getting equity investors or pitching to VCs and that sort of stuff. It's just about good business practices for women to be comfortable and be secure.
Yeah, and this will give you actually a business plan for your business, kind of a strategy as well, so that you can actually try it out 12 months. But obviously things goes right, wrong sometimes, but we have to cater accordingly.
Yes, and along the way, you'll also develop your social media strategy, as well as your business plan, your pricing policy. You'll have a testimonial system set up, and you'll actually work out how an automation system to monetize your websites.
Oh, wow. That's very good. That's a very good course. And what else do we do in the education part?
So we've also got a mentor masterclass, which is internationally certified. So any women that want to, perhaps people that you've got in your audience that are coaches that might also like to be a mentor as well, can go through this, and they can then get the accreditation. So you have to have a minimum of 10 years experience in order to be able to take the certification. Anyone can do the course, but it takes you through, again, it's online learning, but you've got to do a whole lot of case studies and various things to get through. but then you've got people that, you know, can use that qualification and take it into the leadership space.
That's nice. And what about how much does it cost?
So that one's $350.
350 Australian dollars.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And it's really helpful for the coaches as well to actually prove that they are not just coaches by, you know, just saying. They're coaches mentally and certified as well now.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's not coaching though, it's mentoring. And so
mentoring, yes.
yeah. So mentoring is very much more about sharing your experience to help people, whereas coaching is very much about drawing that out of the person that they're working with.
Yeah. And what else Business in Heels do?
So as well as that, we have a whole lot of marketing services that we help people with. So you might, you know, so taking some of these courses that we do, so we actually help people with videos to get them out to our 160,000. So for some people, they would like a video made, and so we actually work with them, we script it, we film it with them, and then we put it out. So it's a really great way to get some traction for your message right across a large audience. And so that's usually with our scaling membership. And then we've got another one which is growing, where people can blog on our website, and every time they post a blog, we share it down to Facebook. We've got 37,000. So we've got people that are doing it religiously, one a week, and it's great because, you know, they get known, and it's so much cheaper. So the growing membership is $190 for the year. And if you think about actually boosting a post to get to 37,000 every time you did it, right, you'd be spending a lot more money than that. So it's a great way to get people's message out. And at the end of it, that's what we want to do. We want to see people being successful and, you know, growing their businesses and being financially secure. So we also have a relationship with a company called Super Rewards, and they pay super. So everybody, right, should be paying themselves super. But I know so many business owners don't, because they don't have to. And so this way, a percentage of whatever you spend online is given back by the retailers and put into your super fund. So it's not your money, it's a bonus, and it ends up in your super fund. And it's about making your money go further. And I just think it's a great idea, because too many women are retiring into poverty, and it's just not right. So, you know, if this is a way, when you're spending money on buying gifts to people, or on your shopping, or on stationery, or whatever it is, and you get a bit of extra back into your super, good.
That's very good. Yeah.
So, you know, we like forming partnerships. So as well as the marketing and the video, we also do some done for you services for people. So some people just want to do what they want to do, and the whole marketing piece overwhelms them. So, you know, we might, so for a massage therapist, we set up a website, an online booking system, so people go online, they pay her in advance, it's all booked in, it lobs into her diary, and she just works on doing the massages. So
that's very good.
You know, it's just, for a lot of people, that's all they want to do. They don't want to have to grapple with everything else. So for those people, we do some of those services. And she's gone from having one person a week to now having pretty much fully booked, and saying, I need to have a break every now and then. So
obviously massaging is not an easy thing. Your hands go very...
Oh yeah. I couldn't do what she does, but you know, and it's great that we're able to help her. And so again, you know, we do different things for different people.
So you can actually help cater to different businesses according to their need.
Correct. Yeah.
So we do have a Facebook group as well, right?
Yes. Oh, we've got many. So we've got a lot that are location based. So if people want to join up, we've got location based ones. And then we've also got a members only one, which is where we often stream like our webinars and other things that we're doing.
Okay. And how much does it cost to be a member with Business in Heels?
So the base one's $29.
Yep.
So that's in Australian. And then, as I mentioned, the growing one, which is the blogging one, is about $199. And then we've got the scaling one, which is $4.99, which is where we produce the video for you. and
Okay.
share it around to 160,000. So,
Oh, wow. And how many members would do we have all over the world?
well, we connect 160,000. So they're all like scattered across in our groups.
Yeah.
And so, you can connect easily with, different ones in the different groups if people want to. And part of the reason why they're location based is we thought, wouldn't it be cool if I'm in New Zealand, but I want to start doing business in UAE? So how do I start? Well, I can go and talk to them and say, what do I need to do? And can anybody help me? And who could you introduce me to? And that sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
you've gone.
No, sorry. You say.
And I was just, people are, really generous with that sort of stuff. Because at the end of it, we want to see everyone do well.
Yeah, and we can actually get help in opening a business in UAE, and somebody can tell us, oh, this is the best lawyer to talk to. This is the best person. You can be he can be your accountant. You should live this place. You should be doing your office should be in this place. That's really helpful, actually.
Mm, exactly. So, there's lots of different things that you can do. And we're also, the last one is we publish a book a year. If you've got any people that have got a burning story to tell, they can be part of a compilation book that we put together. So we've got one of the authors for 2022 is going to be in Canada. So we've got people from all over the world, and we help them, get their story out. We actually coach them and edit it and produce it all really professionally, and then it gets distributed through a worldwide network if people want to, on-demand ordering, and it's a heap of fun.
Oh, wow. And how much that side of the area cost, and how does that work?
Oh, that's usually it's a $2,000 deal, but if most people want to write a book and self-publish, they're looking at $20,000 or more. And we put them on our podcast. We do a Facebook Live, and we run the launch party as well. And what you find is, because there's usually 10 authors involved, it become a really great crew, and everyone amplifies each other's message, which is great, and gets a lot more traction. It's a lot easier to market a book than what it is if you're trying to do this by yourself.
Oh, wow. This is really interesting topics we are covering. And we covered education, events, trainings, mentoring, and what else? And also now do books. And what else are we missing? This is like I think I found everything in one place. I don't have to go to different places to work around or find more connections.
Well, and look, there's obviously lots of different people that we connect with as well, as what we do online. And for the bigger businesses that are looking to really scale, there's probably one event we do for the year called Big Deals and Heels, where we teach women how to pitch into corporates. And if you're running a women-owned and women-led business, then you're eligible to become certified. And the big companies actually have earmarked a percentage to spend to women-owned and women-led businesses. And they buy everything from like education to tea bags. So one woman took tea bags in, and Westpac Bank loved it. The board bought into it, and then they decided to distribute it like right around every bank in Australia. And so she went from having a micro business to this massive business purely from one contract. And so, these are the sort of things that are possible. So Big Deals and Heels teaches women a little bit about how to pitch to corporates, what sort of infrastructure they need, and how they might fund themselves financially should they be lucky enough to score one of these contracts, because of course that's the biggest headache.
That means you have everything that a woman needs to get anything done, whether it's a video, whether it's running a business, marketing strategy, and also networking. All of the things are at one place, and it's in Business and Heels. Am I right?
Well, we've got a lot of things, but I'm sure if you want to go shopping and buy some other stuff, you have to go elsewhere. But thank you.
But that's true. But still, you got so much education involved, which is like the most important part for a business, because people always, whenever they are like trying to invest some money, they're trying to invest money in some other things, but they forget if they don't educate themselves, they can't get anything out of a business. They have to invest in themselves to be able to make that business work as well. So this place will actually help them to create themselves again.
Yeah, and the big thing that we truly believe in, and we see it time and time again, is that business owners working together to collaborate, not to sell to. It's so much easier. You know, you and I form an alliance and we keep sharing clients. It's a much easier way to grow your business than chasing down the single sale possibility. Yes, no, maybe, you know, and it's so much nicer to be working with other people that are supporting you than it is feeling like you're just, you know, busy chasing your tail and chasing sales all the time. So
That's true. So I would like to know now what is we need 5 intakes from Lisa.
5.
Takeaways like
Okay.
what are the rules and regulations or what motivates you? Anything
Okay.
for the audience.
For the audience. So 5 things. So my first tip is, no matter what you're thinking, have a go. Just have a go. You've got nothing to lose, really. And if you know, just start, have a go. That's my first one. There's 3 pieces of advice that I use every day on myself that might be useful. And it's about feeling whether you're actually achieving or not. And so I try every day to do something for me, something for my family, and something for my business. So if I'm moving all those things forward every day, it's a good day, because then I'm looking after all the things that I feel that I need to. You spend the whole day on your business, then family suffers and you suffer. And if you don't put any love into you, then you can't give out to other people. So that's, and, you know, leave the guilt behind. Whatever you do, you know, that's not great, just fess up to it and move on. And, you know, I think everybody tries to do their best. And if you recognize that in people and are generous, it'll come back to you in spades.
Karma.
There you go. My off the cuff 5 tips for you.
Thank you so much for that. And do we have a giveaway for my audience, please? Something that I can.
Sure. What would you like to have? What about a growing membership for one of your people, or a ticket to the summit? Which would you think?
Growing membership. I think that would be a better. They would love it, because one of the member can actually experience it and see what we are talking about. What is business in heels is all about.
Okay, so you pick the person and let me know, and we'll set them up.
Perfect. And I will tag and do everything on Facebook and run advertisement, and then I'll come back to you who is the winner.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Perfect. And anything else that you would like to share about business in heels in the end?
Look, at the end of it, women need to be empowered. And look, any of your members and people that want to find support, there's good reasons why you want to be in lots of groups. At the end of it, we need lots of support and encouragement to be more successful, and we want to help one another. So, you know, I think it's, you know, look for opportunities to connect and broaden your base. I think that's good.
Thank you, Lisa, for your time. It really I really had an interview like, you know, it is not that we discussed about. It's all authentic. There is no you know, filters in it. Whatever we are talking about, it's on the spot. And that's the beauty of these interviews, because I want the person to talk what they have experienced, and I can see how much you love what you do. So thank you so much for doing that, because I always tell everyone, be global, support each other. No matter how much competition we are with each other, we have enough work for everyone here. So don't worry, don't be jealous of other person what they are doing. Just focus on yourself.
Great messages. We totally agree.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Lisa, for your time, and we are very thankful to you for coming here, and I will keep keep you posted when this videos goes up and the podcast goes up. We will be doing it at the same time and running the advertisement for the membership as well, grow membership. So thank you so much for your time. I
All right.
really appreciate that.
Okay.
See you.
Bye.